Hello. Whoops. Oh, the mess. Hello, hello, hello. I wonder if anybody can hear me. I'm wait a few minutes. They let me excuse this mess. They let me do it this way. Hello. You see my freaking thing with all my art supplies on there and paint and stuff like that. Hello, everybody. See, I wanted to do it in portrait, but I can't because I can't read your things. Hello, I'll give you guys a few minutes. We're gonna do hello, everybody. It's been a rough couple of weeks for me. If you guys didn't see me, this rain up here in upstate New York has been rough. It's been very rough on me. So, and this week, so today I'm feeling better, but I had to do yard work earlier, and it's going to take me all week to do yard work. And my daughter's graduating from nursing school on Wednesday, so yay! So I got to go get hers. So this week is kind of busy for me. So I don't know when I'll be back this week, but I know that there's a couple of things in the news, and hello. There's a couple things in the news that I was going to go on, and we're going to try to get as many as possible. You guys remember to hit the thumbs up. Everybody that's in here, hit the thumbs up. Hello. And if you would like your own personal reading, contact me at rettaware@gmail.com. I decided for now, until I paint this room, I'm going to put some of my artwork in the background. I'm going to take down, my daughter has some type of things up there, but I'm going to take it down and put some artwork behind me so you guys can see some art behind me and stuff like that until I decide and have the energy to paint the room and stuff like that. And I'm probably going to cover this shelf so you don't see all my messy art supplies over there. So I got to straighten my hair this week. I don't think I've straightened it in 6 months because I've been lazy. So I gotta straighten it this week. And also you can find Intuitive Retta on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Intuitive Retta. Again, if you would like your own personal reading, contact me at rettaware@gmail.com. So the first person that's up is Cardi B. We're gonna look into Cardi B and to see, remember, her birth cards are the Lovers and the Devil, so she has a lot of vices, a lot of issues, you know. She hasn't really experienced self-love yet, you know. She looks for love and her worth through other people, and stuff like that. She hasn't found it within herself yet. And so that's like low self-esteem and stuff like that. She has a lot of, you know, she's tendency to have addiction issues, whether it's drugs, alcohol, addiction to love, relationships, stuff like that. Her 2018 energy, I think I went over this on her reading before, but her 2018 energy, which she's still in until her birthday, which is in October, is the Hierophant. So that tells me a lot of court issues, stuff like that. So this year is all about, you know, her court issues. And if she gets through this year with her core issues, next year is her Lovers and Devil. So her addictions, her low self-esteem, all that is going to come into play. Her choices is all going to come into play next year. And then the following year is going to be her stubbornness to her own detriment. So let's just see what's going on with her court. Guys, make sure you give a thumbs up, everybody. So let's see what's going on with Cardi B and this 14 count indictment. Let's see what's going on. Hello. How do I figure the year? I do the numerology and equate it to the tarot. That's what I do. Let's see. Cardi B. And then we're going to see if Nicki Minaj is heading towards marriage. I think in my last reading, I did not hear. I said he wanted to lock it down. That kind of petty guy. So let's see what's going on with Cardi B in regards to this court case. So, okay. Transmission, spreading of conditions, influence, impact. So, the court case may have a lot of conditions in it if she does get out of it, or if there's some type of, because she took it to trial. And I don't know about you guys, but growing up in the hood and a lot of people going to jail, when you take it to trial, they usually tell you not to take it to trial in any criminal case. They always say, try to appeal, because if you lose the trial, you get the mandatory, you get a longer mandatory sentence. So I guess she's taking it to trial, but it's also saying spreading conditions. So even if, is there going to be some conditions on her release, or is there going to be conditions on her court case if she does kind of, not go forward with the trial, that's going to have to do with her influence and her impact with things? Or are they going to make her, because I guess her so-called, maybe her gang affiliation, so-called, might come into play. Also, she needs to watch her mouth. She doesn't think before she speaks, and that's her problem. That's what's getting her in trouble, a lot of times. And she has to realize that these judges and all these other people kind of watch social media and stuff like that. So she needs to kind of watch what she says, and she doesn't think. So that's her main concern, is, using her words as weapons, and the words that she said in the past, coming back to haunt her. Also, she has an uphill battle, she has an uphill battle to go to. So the cross to bear is a lot of things that are in the way. She has a very, uphill battle. She's feeling the burden of the pressure on her. And at the same time, everything is an uphill battle, for her. Underneath that is her lovers, which is her relationship. So we all know, and this is telling it, is the reason why this came to pass was her husband. She was accusing Jade of having an affair with her husband, so forth. This is the lovers card, so it has to do with, the lovers. His sexual conquest. Let's see in the back, her daughter. The last year, she's really been focusing on her daughter. She's very emotional. She's very emotional about this court case. She's also very pissed off about this. That whether Jade or not is saying that she was. Jade did have a sexual relationship with Offset. So she's very emotional about this court case. There's her husband. They're trying to figure it out. Let's see. How is this? It's not telling me much. So it's telling me there's some internal issues she has to go through. Her and her husband need some internal issues they're going through. And I still see another kid for her. I see two kids for her, a girl and maybe a boy, the future, and trying to figure out what picture to paint going forward. Is she going to jail? Why isn't it just saying, it's giving me all this background? We got to get done. We got all these other people. Is she going to go to jail? Is she going to go to jail? Cardi. Is she going to jail? There's heartbreak, Queen of Wands. I still see another baby. I see her addictions might come into play. I see heartbreak in regards. An uphill battle. It's in a celebration. So uphill battle. Is she going to jail? The cards don't want to tell me. See, this is what we do when we're live. Sometimes the cards telling me a whole different story. It's telling me about her addictions. It's telling me about, possible pregnancy. I think I've been saying it for a while that I keep seeing another kid. Is she going to jail? Let's see. How's her court case going to go? And is she going? I'm going to do two. How's her court case going to go? How is her court case going to go? And is she going to jail? It's going to cost her a lot. Details. It's going to cost her some money. It's not telling me if she's going to jail. It's not. It's really not telling me. I tell you, two decks. They're showing some heartbreak. They're showing some heartbreak and details in the heartbreak, and also her family. But it's not telling me whether or not she's going to jail. Oh my God, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. We'll go back. We'll come back to her. So, let's see. Nicki Minaj. Is Nicki Minaj heading for marriage? I keep seeing her. I see. Wait, is two. I see her having two kids. I see a girl and a boy. So I do. I see a girl and a boy for her. And I did a reading on her before, and I seen a baby, a pregnancy. So, but let's see. Is Nicki Minaj looking to marriage? Nicki Minaj with Kenneth Petty. Is that his name? Kenneth Petty. Is she heading towards marriage? Remember the last reading I did with her, I said that he was trying to lock it down with the baby, whatever. He wanted to lock it down. Is she looking... Okay, I'm going to say, is she looking for marriage and a baby? So first, let's say, is there a baby coming for her? And is she going to marriage? She's moving towards something. She's not... There's a lot of rough times right now for her. She's trying to navigate herself out of the rough times. So that may be why she's going towards marriage. Public opinion. I think the public wants her to have a baby. And I see public opinion in regards to child is in place. She feels like public opinion is kind of trying to get her to have a baby. I guess it's her fans and stuff really want her to have a baby. And she's trying to pinpoint, and she has a lot of things that she wants to do. Plus, she has a lot of people that eat off of her. So she's like, do I have time to have a kid right now? I have all these people that I have to take care of, all these things to do to make my pot bigger. Let's see, is she going towards marriage? She's very sexually active with Kenneth. That card came up before. There's still a lot of secrets. She is in love. I don't know if my last reading said she was in love because that was the beginning of their relationship. So I'm not sure if our last reading on her and him. Because remember, she's the Emperor. She has very masculine energy. I don't know what Kenneth is because I couldn't find his birthday anywhere. But there's a lot of secrets going on. There's a lot of secrets. But she's very sexually attracted to him. She wants to get out of whatever time. Like, things aren't easy for her right now. There's a lot of, she wants to move away from it. So she's moving away from these troubled times and she's moving towards Kenneth. But there's a lot of secrets, but she is in love. I see she's even thinking about a baby. So even though when I ask up there, is a baby coming, it's like, she's making plans and trying to figure out, I guess, multiple streams of income, and public opinion. Public wants her to have a baby. She's planning things. So I guess that her multiple streams of income, if she does get pregnant or whatever, is not interrupted because many hands create a pot. So she's trying to find multiple streams of income. I don't know if she's maybe even looking for other artists or other things to do. But I do see her in love. There's some secrets going on. So I don't think Kenneth has been completely honest with her. There's some secrets going on, but she is in love and she is looking towards having a baby and being wifey. I don't see wife yet. I do see I think she's in love, but there's another woman. It could be another two women. I don't think, I see her eventually walking away from this relationship. I don't know if it's going to be after she gets pregnant or after they're in love, but I do see another woman, possibly two other women in this relationship with this man. But I also see another man that has her heart too. There's another man that's in play here. Um, I don't see her, I don't see marriage. I see a possible pregnancy. Hello. I don't see marriage, but I see a possible pregnancy. Um, for Nicki Minaj. I don't see, even though they're saying that she went and got her marriage certificate or marriage papers or whatever, I don't see, I see another man for her too. Like someone that she's very sexually attracted to Kenny. But there's another man that she's more emotionally connected to. Do you understand what I'm saying? So she's sexually, like he turns her on. He's very primitive. He's like the bad boy. But there's another man that kind of, has her emotions. And I also see that there's another woman in play that also has his emotions. Well, Kenny's emotions. So even though they're together, there's still a woman somewhere either going to come up or someone from his past. And I think it's someone from her past. So let me just see. What's going on in their relationship? I'm still seeing celebration. It's going to I see a celebration card. This is the card of celebration, so it could be like a marriage or whatever. But to me, usually with this deck, it's usually three women in a relationship. This is what I feel in this deck. Some other decks, it's usually a celebration, could be, but it's like things staying still. So even if it was a celebration, it looks like things are kind of stuck where they are. Having a hard time. Remember I said balancing things. I do see possibly getting pregnant. Many hands in the pot, a new thing, making an indecision. I see her in love. I see other woman and another man. Emotion connections. I don't see a marriage. So whatever they're saying, I don't see a marriage. If they do get married, let's just see. If they do get married, will it last? Hey, everybody. Make sure you guys do a thumbs up. Let's see. There's someone that she's still emotionally... I think I said that in my other reading. If you guys check back on my other Nicki Minaj reading, another man came into play back then. And it was the same man. It was the King of Cups, I believe. If they do get married, is it going to last? There's a lot of secrets. A lot of confusion. No, it's not going to last. Like, if they do get married, it will be fine for, there's a lot of secrets and stuff. And there's a woman that's on his aspect, too. A woman for him, too. I think if they do get married, the cards are showing me, I didn't see a marriage. But this is just in case if they do get married, I see like, oh, it's a celebration. Oh, it's like her wishes come true. And then things get, things get strange, the relationship kind of dies, she wants out and the relationship's ruined. So if I was her, don't even do it to yourself. If you want to have a kid, whatever. Her heart isn't, there's love there. They're in love, but I see another man that has her heart emotionally. This Kenneth guy has her physically, sexually. She's very attracted to him. He also has feelings for another woman. Did that make sense to you guys? Yeah, she said it was a marriage license. I don't think she should have a baby with Kenneth. He wants one. I think I've said that before. He wants to lock some part down with Nicki Minaj. He wants. I think my other reading, I remember saying that he wanted to have a baby right away. So if she does get married to him, it's going to be oh lovely, for a little while, and then it's going to go downhill fast. Um, you know, but I didn't see a marriage. I didn't see a marriage, but you know. Who do we have now? Maybe we can do. Let me see Cardi B again real fast. Let's see if I can see. Um, is she going to go to jail? Is she going to jail? I see the Ten of Swords, which is ruin. A lot of confusion. It's the same cards. A new perspective. A betrayal. And a moving away. And then emotionally walking away. So I see a ruin for her. Like everything's ruined, trying to figure out, very disillusioned. And then she's going back to, and taking things from another perspective. And then someone, betraying her. Like they portray one face and then they stab her in the back. And emotionally, it's still not telling me if she's going to go to jail or not. Oh, that aggravates me. Because I can't. Wendy Williams. Remember in my last reading, I said she still loves her husband and she still wants her husband. To me personally, this is before I look at the cards. I think that young guy is just PR. Personally, because the cards kept showing me that there is no active divorce, or if she started it, it's going to be halted. It showed me that she was still in love with her husband. She was still sexually attracted to her husband. And he wanted them to have sister wives. He wanted, and I also see that there's another woman that's in play besides the baby mama and Wendy. There's another woman. So remember her birthday comes in July. So it's her magician year. So anything is possible. Quick changes for her. So she's the hermit in the moon. So I'm worried about her addiction issues coming into play. Last time the addiction card, the devil card kept coming up for her. Her going out with these people with Black China and all that. I'm worried about her, with these Hollywood types, drugs coming back, alcohol coming back to play. But let's just see what's going on with her and this young guy. Remember, I said also in my other readings that her and her team and her husband were trying to paint a picture for the future. Like they were trying to come up with a plan to kind of give us. So I think this young guy is. Because anytime they ask her about her husband, she starts crying. So let's see. What's going on with Wendy Williams and this young guy? I don't know what his name is. She's lonely. There's an imbalance going on with her right now. Her husband's still in play. There's her son. I see that this is so much. I'm worried about her mixing things. I'm still worried about her mixing things. This is just going on another. I see her husband, her son. But this young guy is. That's the young guy. That's the first guy that came up. He's young. I don't see her staying in it that long. Let's see. How does Wendy feel about her husband? She feels like she gives and gives. She's very depressed in regards to him. She's working on some details. She's worried about, the light shined on their relationship, but then she thinks everything's going to be fine. What is she with this young guy? I think, she doesn't know what to do. He's young. Her husband's still involved. She's being deceitful to us. She's being deceitful to us. She's, her husband's still involved. She wants her family. She's ready. She's still ready to fight for her family. I don't think that this young guy is really anything. Does anybody have any questions with that? I don't think the young guy, I see working on the details, might be a contract with that young guy. Um, I don't see anything like that. Oh, no. Okay, now she did because I think this is all she loves him. She loves her husband, and he keeps coming up as the King of Wands, so that's very sexual. So she's still having sex with her husband. So J Lo, I don't know. I think I did J Lo and A Rod in the beginning of their relationship. I think like a couple years ago, and I think I had them in two different. Because I look up their birthdays on the internet, and for some reason I must have had the wrong birthday for A Rod because he's showing up as the high priestess. I redid because I had to I redid his, mind you, she is older than him by like 6 years. She likes some little younger men. But I think I had him as an empress before. If I look back into his reading, I thought I had him as an empress. But this, I redo it because, sometimes on the internet, their birthdays, people don't have their right birthdays on there. Things change. But it looks like his birthday and her birthday are both in, it says her birthday is July 24th, 1969. His birthday is July 27th, 1975. So they're both the high priestess. So, which is very strange. So they're very spiritual. One foot in this world, one foot in that world. I think last time I had A-Rod, his name is A-Rod, right? Isn't her other, the guy that she's talking about? Let me see what you guys are saying. Isn't it A-Rod? People are saying, I could have swore I had him as an empress before, but it's saying that they're saying. So I can see how, like attracts like. I can see how they are like the same type of person. Let's see. How is their relationship? Hold on, I don't know why the cards aren't telling me about Cardi. That's really aggravating me. I wish I had my Lenormand deck up here with me. I would have looked at the Lenormand deck. Hello. It's A-Rod. Alex Rodriguez is A-Rod, right? So let's see the energy. Let me see how many minutes I have on there. 33% on my phone. Let's see. Hello everyone. Yeah, I had him, which is weird. I had him as an empress before, I swear. I did their reading like 2 years ago, and I must have got a wrong birthday on him. Let's see. So, for him, for her, whoops, sorry. Just want to see their relationship real quick. J-Lo and A-Rod. Reason, listen to advice, think clearly, and intellect. So, him, protection. She feels protected with him. He gives her a sense of protection. She also he's very protective of her. That's what the cards are saying. But also, she has to be careful because she can be overbearing in a relationship. And it's because of what her mother, I don't know what her mother and her father's relationship was, but this is like a repeat of her mother and father's relationship. And I see, the man moving away. There's love there. So the first card I picked up with them is there's love there. Let me see, for J-Lo. But J-Lo, look at that. She's sneaky. The first card he came up with is the Seven of Swords, which is betrayal, wearing one face and, wearing one face and then really having a different face ready to stab you in the back. So there is love there, but this Seven of Swords is all about betrayal, deception, stuff like that. And then this karma is like a repeat of her mother relationship. I mean, she always gets in relationships. She always has long-term relationships, but they don't last. And I think that J-Lo can be very overbearing. Um, it's sex, he's very sexually attracted to her. He's very sexually attracted to her. Um, there's a lot of, which is strange, there's a lot of mental conflict in this relationship. So bad where the mental conflict hurts. Like the words cut deep. The words cut deep. Um, he's hiding some things. He's hiding some things. I see him showering her with gifts and stuff, but she's also hiding some. She's hiding some things. She's only giving him so much. Um, wow, I didn't expect that. I think there's some type of imbalance with J Lo, which I didn't expect. There's an imbalance with her, and it's hard for her to kind of. She leaves things indecisive a lot of times. Public opinion means a lot to A-Rod, which I didn't think so, but I guess public opinion means a lot to him. Um, I'm still thinking, J-Lo, there's some issues for J-Lo. This devil card is coming up on their side, but also this is the card of two people coming together to paint a picture. So I think in my first relation, there's love there, but I don't think everything is quite what it seems. I think that they're not, and then I see the devil card on here, and then there's a Queen of Cups on his side. So there's another, I don't know who this is. There's a woman that has his heart. It could be J-Lo, it could be someone else. I'll have to look into it. But there's the devil. So this is like addiction issues, stuff like that. But which is also, this is, mixing things, but also chemical imbalance. This is ego, vices. But there's also two people coming together to paint a picture in the middle of their relationship. Is two people coming together to paint a picture. And remember, it's reason. Listen to advice. This was an intellectual decision. So, who is this? Whoever this woman was, it was like a change fast. So whoever this woman was, he had things changed fast. Whoever that woman was, things changed fast with her. Let me just see. I still feel there's a lot of competition. She still has her heart with another man. He still has his heart with another woman. I think this was an intellectual thing. They are exactly the same energy. I think there's some other things going on J-Lo's side. I'm seeing mental conflict and, arguing mental conflict where, it's the words are enough to make someone bleed. I see deceptive. I also see wearing one face and there's another. I see that this goes back to her parents' relationship. Her relationships, tend to reenact her parents' relationship. I don't know how that relationship is. There may be a mixing of things with her. I never heard of J-Lo like mixing drugs or anything or alcohol or anything like that. But if not, then there's like a chemical imbalance going on with her. But I also see there's lots of women on his side. He likes to have a good time with women. I see a lot of competition. I see at least two other women on his side. And I see a man on her side that has her heart. So, and this was an intellectual, thing to get together. This was like a planned intellectual thing. Is their marriage going to happen? No, I don't see it. I see that this relationship is eventually going to crumble. I think on his part he's going to have sex with other people. There's another man. For some reason, there's another man. Who is this? Is this her ex-husband? There's some issues with her ex-husband, Mark Anthony, um, that she still has to resolve, that she hasn't faced. Um, and instead of facing them, she's like dragging her children and her problems uphill battle. Funny enough, I think even though she said her other husbands didn't matter, I think she still loves Mark. Because when I looked at this card, I'm feeling Mark Anthony. So, but I don't think there's love in there. There's love, but I think that this is, and I think from my first reading, I think this is like an arranged type of thing. I think there's love for both of them. I think there is some sexual attraction. But I think it's deceptive. I think they both came together to paint a picture of what they wanted. For us, let me just see. Is Jennifer Lopez in love with A-Rod? And is A-Rod in love with Jennifer Lopez? Is she the one? Does A-Rod feel J-Lo is the one? It's business. She wants to be his wife. He wants a family. He wants a family. Why do I feel like there's been some legal issues for him? But he's been like fighting off, I guess, attacks or accusations he's been fighting off. I think there's a lot of business for her. I don't know. Oh, my phone's gonna die. All right, you guys, the phone just is gonna die. We'll see how this goes. I'll do one again. I still don't know if Cardi B is going to jail or not. It was telling me a whole different story. It's just telling me a big story. She's too old to have kids. I think she's too old. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.